I really see in him, whenever I struggle with something, he's very, very sensitive to my needs and especially to my even mind. We sometimes even read our minds, I feel, which is super interesting. But I feel that's only possible because we really try to include God in our relationship, and he will work through him. That's what I can see. And I think that's one key in our marriage.
Hey, you're listening to the Blessed Couple Podcast, where we talk about how to do this marriage thing and experience God in the process. I hope you enjoy and subscribe. Let's get started.
So I'm personally really excited to get to know you guys more and to share your wisdom. I hope, I can gain lots of insights as well myself. I've only been recently matched, so I feel like the whole journey is ahead of me. But would you like to introduce yourself briefly to the rest of your world? Maybe we can start with Iki.
Hi, nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Iki Uyama. I'm Sammy's wife, and we got blessed in 2009, and I have an 18-month baby, and I'm pregnant now. Here, 8 months. So
awesome.
Baby boy is coming in October. Oh no, July. Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
So soon. Oh man.
Nicole, right? You too.
Yeah. Do you want to go next, Nicole? Actually, why
Sure.
not?
I greet you all from Germany, Mainz. My husband is Mickey Lahogue. We are blessed since 2017, so like 3 years. And as Iggy said, I'm also now pregnant in my 8 months.
Woo!
And the baby is coming in May. It's due in May. Our first child. So I'm very excited. Should I popcorn? Esperanza?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hello, my name is Esperanza Gomez. I'm from Argentina. I'm 32 years old. I already have three children. The younger one is 6 months. Already. Her name is Lucia, and the elder one is 7 years, and I have a boy in the middle. He's 5 years, almost 6 in May. And I'm really happy to meet you from here. And I would like to share what we can, the best, to help each other. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. I'm personally super honored and excited to be hosting this panel because I come from a family of 4 girls and I'm the first one. So I'm only the first one embarking on this journey. And not only with my sisters, but also have lots of other members of the community who are, a lot of them are sisters. So I wanted to use this opportunity to dive deep into your experiences and your wisdom to be able to learn, and so that we can prepare better and have better expectations for this huge journey that we're all about to go on. So you already had a little bit of a hint of all the questions that I prepared, but the first question that I want to ask you all is, did you have any fears or misconceptions about the blessing or marriage in general? And have you overcome them, or do you still deal with them, and how does it affect you? Anybody want to go first?
I can go first. Yeah, okay. All right, I can go first. So I think, like, talking about the blessing, for me, there was a very crucial time, like the time before the blessing, of course, or the time before the matching. I felt there was a really, really crucial decision to make. It's not just, you get a partner and then you live together with him, but it's a decision for eternity. So I was really, really, really serious about it. And my struggle actually, or my fear before I got all into this whole process was, can I be trustworthy to this person for eternity? Or, can I really do it till I die kind of connection and relationship and building and, overcoming struggles and so on. I guess I definitely overcame that. And it was important to me that I overcome this before the blessing and before the matching even. And I kind of made like a determination, and not just by myself, but actually with God. And I reflected a lot on this. And so, I felt no doubt afterwards, fortunately. I mean, so this was one fear of mine. Can I be really trustworthy or not? So resolving that first and being determined. It's possible. You can do it till eternity.
Yeah, I think that's an awesome point. Asking yourself if you're trustworthy and if you can be trustworthy and trusting yourself. Yeah. And Ikyoni, would you like to go next?
Yeah. For me, my biggest fear was like marriage is the struggling and restoration. So you will be struggling for your whole life. That was my belief before I got blessed. But I didn't have any problem to get blessed because I grew up really strict church culture. My parents are the pastors, so they educate me really strictly. So I just automatically went to blessing. So there's no like nothing that I don't want to, but I just automatically went in when I was 20 years old. And but the concept for me, the marriage is struggling and the restoration. But actually, after I got blessed, that was total wrong. I'm having so much fun and excitement and happiness. So yeah, I overcome that concept. Actually, the marriage is really fun. New life in your life, a new life. Yeah. So I'm really encouraging you to get blessed.
New life as a wife, and it's not a battle. That's awesome. That's a relief to hear.
Yeah, you can create anything you want.
Yeah,
I agree.
Awesome. And how about you, Esperanza?
Yeah, for me, I didn't think like I have a little worry about the blessing. Maybe my most important worry was I really wanted a husband that shared my same vision. Like I really liked to have a public life, helping in the Providence actively. So it was, I think, the most important thing that I was worried about it, that my husband support me and we work together in the same way. So I was really blessed because my husband is like thinking and feeling this at the same like me, and we share the same vision and ideal, not just like a blessed family, but also like a second gen that we can help each other, not together, also for develop and help the God's providence. So I really felt blessing, and it's like a Samoyama say that is really happy. Yeah, I'm really happy to share with him, my life for eternity because we have many things in common.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we dove a little bit into your thoughts before and after the blessing. And I kind of want to ask you about the point in between when things were just starting off, going from being a single person to being together. So yeah, like how did that go for you? How do you create healthy intimacy and healthy togetherness as a couple? How do you go from being, your independent individual woman to becoming a part of something new and creating something new with somebody? And how do you do that without losing a part of you or feeling like, you're not there anymore? That's my question.
Yeah, for myself, I grew up like very independent because my parents always were busy at church. So with my brothers, we are 8. I'm the third one, and we have a lot of responsibility at home because my parents, they wasn't there many times. So I grew up like very independent person, and I really didn't depend of anyone. So I was like a blessed family. It was like everything you have to share with other, you have to ask to other, what do you think, what do you like, this and this. And so it was difficult to me, like really think it's not just what I like it. I have to pay attention of what he need and what he like it too, and share and have a equal opinion and also make everything together. I think it was the most challenging things for me, but we really have a balance together. My husband, he really liked to speak everything, ask everything. Do you like it? Do you prefer like this? And it helps me too much because normally I didn't talk too much about myself, and he really teach me how to develop that thing, to open my heart, to be more honestly, more sincerely together, and I left behind the pride. And I feel like myself as person, I didn't miss my essence, like my personality, I think with love, we are like a complement. Then you can develop more your personality and you can be the best of you. What I am, together with my husband, I develop more and I grow up more and I perfection more myself. It's not just like I'm losing who I am. I'm going better, a better person with him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree what you were saying. I will just connect to what she was saying. So for me, it was from being alone and then suddenly in a relationship. The first thing I had to realize, of course, was it's not anymore just I, but it's us. So what does it mean? And I did 3 years of SDF, and during that time, I really developed this mindset and idea that whoever spouse I will get is a gift from God. And if the spouse is a gift, then you should treasure it, you should treat it well, and so on. So having that kind of mindset and having all this motivation of, treating it well and so on, yeah, I felt I wanted to live for this person and living for the sake of others, as we know in our community. Right? We always say living for the sake of others, but not just forgetting yourself and give up yourself and so on, but to do it in a, let's say, strategic way. So, the love languages, and to find out, for example, what is the love language of my husband? What is the love language of myself? And then giving him the love he needs so he feels emotionally fulfilled and loved. And in his case, it's, for example, act of service or receiving small gifts, and mine is, for example, physical touch. So first of all, like not just touching him the whole day and hugging him and kissing him, but actually doing something for him. And maybe I don't feel inspired to whatever, clean up, or I don't know, but maybe still doing it, or waking up for him, preparing food and so on, like these kind of things where I have to overcome myself. And then on the other hand, in order not to lose yourself, I think it's also important that the other person realizes that you need to also accept the love the other person wants to give you. So in my case, as I said, it's, for example, physical touch. And I really like to hug him, or kiss him, or bite him. And he
bite him?
I mean, yeah, so this is like a give and take. And I feel it's very dynamic, and through this it's kind of growing, and we're growing together, and not just me anymore as a person, just single, but it's us. And yeah, we're trying to build that. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I agree. I love the 5 love language too. So we figured out, and then we try to give that to each other too. And for us, actually, after I graduated my school, I went to America to live with Sebi. So right after my graduation, I didn't have any independent time, actually. Maybe that was 3 months of my internship. And then after that, I went to America right away. So there's not so much individual time. I was in school, and then I was in the dormitory with the 4 other girls. So I didn't spend so much time by myself. So I kind of miss that. It would be nice that I had the experience being myself, so I can know myself better. But I didn't have that time. But after I went to America, Sammy and I spent a lot of time doing traveling around the world. So we travel across the America or the states and visiting all the national parks because we love nature. So spending time together 24 hours, you can really know each other so well. So you always talk to each other, you sleep together, you eat together. So I think it was really nice time. We can spend time each other and we know each other. And we went to like India and Japan, backpacking trip, and Nepal, Himalayan trekking. So yeah, going to traveling together as a couple when you don't have a baby, I think it's really fun and exciting. So I really recommend that. I think that helped us to be really close. And I don't think I lost myself because being a wife, but you can find out new self. Like you never recognize yourself before your marriage because it's totally different experience. But I don't know, I never lost myself. So,
yeah, well, that's really promising. And that's really wonderful to hear that, yeah, being in a relationship with someone and learning to love helps you learn more about yourself and learn more even about who you are and grow. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing all these like moments of you guys growing closer together. That's really beautiful. And I do want to ask, though, if you don't mind sharing some challenges or a challenging period that you guys went through as a couple, because I'm sure in the beginning there must have been some rocky periods as well, as Esperanza shared before. And yeah, what were those challenges like for you guys, and what was something that you learned through it? So I remember Esperanza sharing a little bit about that before, so would you mind going first?
Yeah, to make like normal in my life to share with other what I felt is like it was a challenge, but my husband, he's very patient and he's very kind person. So it helped me too much, to see how I can develop myself and how I can be more open. Yeah, because it's difficult for me, really express what I felt. It's like it takes time to me. Then when we do this very often, it's more easily, to talk, to not hide anything, like everything. My husband, he has a sincerely very, very open to speak what he feel, what he see, what he's doing. Yeah, I really trust too much in him because he give me that opportunity to trust in him. Yeah, when you have your partner support, it's like more easy to overcome all these challenges. So for me, I think we come from different families. My family is like my parents always are busy, at church, and he from his side also their parents are helping at church, but her mom is from Italy, and she's a very kind person. She's a very lovely, and also she takes care a lot of the children's. Yeah, it's different from my mom. She's Japanese, my mother, and different cultures. And I really feel lucky to share with his family because it's like a complement to my family. They are opposite families, but I really learn a lot of with my in-laws and with my husband because we have a different education. Not about the principles the same, but about like how to share with family, with children, and how to be as parents. And I really, really feel blessed, not just with my husband and also with his family.
That's quite unique though, because I personally feel like I'm often the person that's like really keen to share and like say everything that's on my mind sometimes. But yeah, definitely learning to deal with different barriers or cultural changes, like differences, not just depending on like national places, but just the family culture and dealing with that, I'm sure was like a huge challenge. And yeah, would anybody else like to go next?
For me, it was a language problem because when I met him, I was 20 and Sammy was 19, and I couldn't speak any English, no English. And Sammy studied a little bit of Korean. No, he lived in Korea for 3 years, but he never imagined that he will marry with a Korean. So he forgot everything. So when we met together, he doesn't remember anything. So we studied like over. So Sammy got the language back really quickly, but still the period of like 1 year, it was really difficult, especially when I visit America. There's no one who can speak Korean to me. So I was really lonely. So yeah, I think that was really difficult moment. Especially Sammy loves friends. He loves to talk. So whenever he visits his friends, he spends so much time with friends, and that makes me really hard. I was like being there, I don't know what to talk, and I have no idea what they're talking about. And it was really difficult. And then later on, that became really resentment. So I got really angry at him, and we fight many times. You need to take care of me, or something like that. Yeah, when in front of other people, I'm being really calm and relaxed Asian kind girl, and then behind the scene I'm hitting Sammy and yeah, like that.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that was the bigger time. And after I think 3 years later, I could understand everything. I can speak everything what I want to say. So after that, it was getting better. Yeah.
I think this is like the American type person of, sharing with people a lot and talking to someone, like being really sociable. Similar here, actually. But on the other hand, I mean, my husband, he's very social as well. He likes to talk, meeting friends and so on. And anyway, actually, at the beginning of our blessing or the period before, because in the matching process, that also already feels like you're kind of together and you're trying to build it already from matching or after the commitment ceremony. But actually, this is more a personal struggle, which I brought into my relationship, which is starting not to accept myself anymore. Because when I was matched, I was 24 and the blessing I received was 25. And I got through my studies and stress and so on, really bad skin. Like I had acne all over my face and I felt really, really bad. And that really gave me a hard time to accept and love myself. And that's actually what I brought into my relationship, this frustration. Yeah, and especially after the blessing, I mean, that's the most beautiful time, right? You want to be beautiful. You want to give everything to your husband and love this person and be beautiful to him. But I didn't feel like this. So it was really hard. And his motto of life right now, what he tells me very often is happy wife, happy life. So he was very struggling at that time period to make me happy and so on. And he really showed me that, like, I learned from this whole process that he is not in love because of my appearance or something, but he actually loves me for my personality. And another thing, which is more, let's say, more personal, because I tried to find like comfort in the night from him. And since he rejected me sometimes because he was tired of work, I felt even more undesirable or not attractive anymore. So I was really in this loop and my head was very just self-accusing and so on. So what I had to learn was to come back to myself and to learn to love myself. And he told me, before you can fully love me, you should love yourself first. And I disagreed at the beginning, but I started to realize, yes, that's really, really true. And I even blocked myself from other people, of loving other people. And that was actually one of the main struggles at the beginning from our relationship, bringing something into the relationship which shouldn't be there, which should have been resolved beforehand. But it came up during the time, so what can I do? But it's just, I guess, self-acceptance is really important in a relationship. And since Igor said that her husband is also very outgoing and so on, and Mickey was also very outgoing, and it was difficult to meet other people and to see them, I actually isolated myself. And that was a struggle for him to see me like this. Anyway, we kind of overcame, and it's been good since then.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Nicole. I know, to be so vulnerable and be open with your personal struggles is something that's not always easy, but I really appreciate it. And actually, I want to extend that similar question to you guys, to Esperanza and Igiwani, and if Nicole, you want to add anything else as well. Have you ever had experience with struggling with self-love or body image? Because I know many of, my fellow sisters go through that. And I'm sure going into a relationship, it definitely brings its own challenges. So what were some ways that you could overcome it, or how do you still battle with it now?
Yeah, of course. I think from the middle school, I starting to think about my appearance. And then I thought that I'm really ugly. I think I hate to see the mirror. And actually, before even after blessing, it's really hard to love myself. So whenever Sammy said that I'm pretty, or you're pretty, or you're beautiful, something like that, I always rejected. You are lying. You want to keep your blessing. That's why you're lying to me. So I rejected. But I think it's really important to accept that your husband giving you compliment and then love yourself. I think it's really important. Even like having a sexual relationship, if you don't love yourself, if you think you're fat or you're ugly, you're keep thinking about your own appearance and your body, and you cannot really enjoy the preciousness of sexual relationship because you're focusing on you. And I realized that it's really important to love myself. And maybe a few years I worked to love myself. So I got a lot of like self-development education and reading books about loving yourself and woman. And then now I accept myself. And then whenever Sammy give me the compliment, I could accept it and I appreciate it. And I'm still like practicing that too. And then after that, when I started to love myself, I could more enjoy the sexual relationship and also more like true confidence, not pretending. I always pretending that I have confidence, but now I can really have a confidence to other people that I'm perfect and amazing as it is. So I think it's really important for women to believe that you are amazing and you're beautiful and you can do anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. How about you, Esperanza?
Yeah, for me, I really don't have a concept about my physical aspect. That I know I don't consider myself like a really pretty woman, but I don't have problem with this. I think for me it was more concern about my personality. I was thinking like if you want to be a good wife, a good person, you have to better you be better as person, because I really are very demanding person. Like I really like to do everything right and everything very good, like a perfection with everything. And I really are very demanding with myself how I do things, and really because I want to be an example to others, to inspire others, like to live in not just a blessed family, but also to help God's providence. So I was more concerned in how can be a more kind person, not just thinking to be perfection with everything that I do, because I know that in my home, in my family, with my brothers and sisters, we always fight, like all families, brothers and sisters. And I really like to be more empathic with others and to be more kind person with others. I was more concerned with that than my aspect, my physical aspects. So my character, my personality, it was a more difficult thing to me to change, to get better. And also my husband, he's always saying to me like, you are beautiful, thank you for everything. He's always grateful with everything, and it helped me too much. And also living at the headquarters, helping young people, being always with others, is make me look myself and see how can I be better to help others. And I think it's more the thing like I was concerned. Now, until now, I think it gets better. And then I'm really happy because I think that's guided me through all my, I was in STF, I was a car member, and now I'm living in headquarters. Each experience that I have living a public life as a single person and married person, it teaches me too much how I can be a better person, to be a daughter of God that gives joy to Him, and to really be, helpful for others too. So I think it was a more thing that I learned in that time.
Yeah, really valuable to look inwards as well, definitely. And Nicole, if you don't mind sharing, if you have any.
Yeah, just maybe a few things to add to what both said. So one thing, what I thought of, if you have like struggle with your appearance or something, then usually it's also like what I experienced. So like Esperanza, she shared she was trying to look only in her inside. And during my time of STF, I also really tried to develop character. I didn't care if I got chubby or whatever. It was fine because STF you sometimes get chubby, right? Maybe some experienced it. But I was really focusing on my character as well. But I realized when this happened with my skin, it was so difficult. I felt like a different person because I became so negative. Whenever I looked in the mirror, I don't want to say I hated myself, but it was just really hard to look into my own eyes or into my face. And so working on this, and then, trying to make the effort, okay, I love myself and I try to stay positive and so on. This is really, really, really hard, but it's not impossible, especially when you have a partner who is unconditional and who really loves you. And there is another point also what Igu shared about sexuality. I think, especially when that's actually a shout out to the husband. When your wife is struggling with appearance, then sexuality is also something really, really vulnerable. And if you get rejected, it's really painful. I think when you start to accept yourself fully and you really start to love yourself again for the person who you are in character, in appearance, in anything, personality, then you start to enjoy everything much more and you will be just happy, actually. Just feel over the day just happy. And therefore, I think this is really key in order to make the relationship work and no negativity inside you and just go through the day like smoothly, kind of. I don't know, when you're fine with yourself, and then it's easier.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know, I feel like coming on from this point of, I don't know, I feel like quite a lot that sometimes the concept of self-image and self-worth and seeing that in yourself can quite often impact how we are, and like feeling like, oh yeah, I can't give anything, or I don't have anything to really offer in a relationship. So I feel like, this is something super important to address and look inwards as well if there's anything that we feel self-doubt, and to work on that before and during a relationship at any point.
Hey, if you're getting something good from this episode, it would mean the world to us if you could share it with someone you love or leave a 5-star review, because the only way this podcast spreads around is through word of mouth. So a share or a review would go a long way, and it only takes like 10 seconds to do. Thanks. Back to the show.
I also wanted to ask like a very juicy question, because we all kind of grew up in the church. I also am a pastor's daughter, so I feel like I kind of grew up with a lot of concepts, seeing around me from the society as well, from the church, just traditional expectations of what it means to be a girl, what it means to be a woman, what it means to be a wife and a mother as well. And how do you personally see now that you are a wife, and some of you guys as mothers, what do you believe the role of a wife and role of a mother is truly, beyond just like all these expectations? Or how did you deal with certain expectations that you had? And how does it impact your everyday life, going about things with your husband, things with your kids, things like that? I'm curious.
Actually, if I can just start, I really enjoy the role of being the, let's say, housewife. So my husband and me, before I actually searched for a person, I was making clear in my mind, okay, if I get someone, I want to do church work and my husband will take care of the financial things. So that was really clear for me. But being now his wife and, let's say, taking care of the household, I really enjoyed it, actually. I really enjoyed to clean up and to cook and to take care of him and to be there for him, especially since I know that his love language is, act of service and little gifts. So I feel that's a plus. I can fulfill his emotional need in this perspective. So this concept of taking the role of being the let's say housewife. I mean, I'm also a student still, right before my bachelor's, but being more the housewife is actually fine to me. But we have also great examples, for example, True Mother, right? She is an example of being a great woman leader, and that inspires me to maybe follow that example. And I mean, there's so many things opening up now, like from a religious perspective in this sense. And I guess that's from my point of view. I guess if I can make him happy through that, then I'm willing to do, and I'm happy about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Me? Well, as Nicole say, as me as wife, I really enjoyed. I really like to cook and to make a lot of desserts. Like my husband, he likes very sweet things, and I really like to cook and make everything that he liked it, and also take care of my children. My husband and I, we share at the same level, public activities. Yeah, I also have to find a balance with my, like a housewife and also with public life, because I am the general secretary of Argentina headquarters. My husband also, he has a lot of activity with young people, members of the church. The thing is, like, we share what we do at home. It's not like you are the wife, you have to cook or you have to take care of children, because it's not like this. If I'm busy, he can take care of children, and if I'm busy, he can bring them to school, also give back to them, take care of them. yeah, he helped me too much. He doesn't think like you are the woman, you have to do this or that. It's not. We share equally activities with the family. We try to have a balance with public life and public at home with children's. And I really don't have difficulties what the people think about it, because we really enjoy, make together everything. And what I have to do, I do it. And if I need help, I ask to him. We try to organize it both, and to don't, leave the children behind. We really want to take care of them, and also at the same time do our activities, because we feel that's very, very important to us, like be present to them. One of us, you have to be always with the children. We try to don't leave them alone. And I really think being a wife, being a mother, being a housewife is very nice experience, and I think we can give love to our family, and it's very nice experience. It's not like just because you are a woman you have to do this. We share everything, and it's very nice to have this experience.
Yeah, I'm same with Esperanza, that we talk about it a lot. And Sam is working because he earns more money than me. If I earn more money than him, I would work and he would stay as a housewife. But I didn't. So I'm doing the housework. I don't like cooking and I don't like cleaning. And Sammy just need to accept, because this is who I am. So and Sammy loves to clean up. So whenever he has time, he clean the house, and I try to be clean. I put a lot of effort. I don't like to cook, so I have a menu already set up, 7 days. So it's rotating for 1 month, like 7 days meal, and next week same meal, the other week same meal. So no dessert. If we want to eat dessert, we have to eat out. Yeah, we need to buy some dessert. So I think if I have ability to earn more money, I would work. And I love to work. I enjoy doing outside work. But now I'm a housewife, so I'm doing what I can do the best, efficiently. So I think I'm good. But for me, listener, it's really hard because I have a baby and I need to take care of baby. And then I'm pregnant. 18 months baby, and pregnancy is not that easy. And these days, Sammy helping me more. So if I have a struggling, like as Nicole told us that happy wife is a happy life. So Sammy always trying to make me happy. So if I have complaints, we always talk. So I didn't have my time all day. So recently, or maybe like few months ago, we starting that Sammy put the baby sleep. So 7:30 he put baby sleep, and after that, that's my free time. So I can enjoy my own time. So yeah, I think it's conversation. I don't think there's a spouse law. We can encourage each other and give power each other and support each other and love each other and make each other powerful. But through the conversation, you can figure out everything. That if it's not happy for you, you need to communicate and figure out the best way how you can deal with the problems. That's what I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. Just what you just said, like about teamwork and communication. I mean, for sure, if you're busy as wife at some point, and now we expecting also a baby, I guess I will be busy with the baby, and then he has to take over like some chores, right? Yeah, teamwork.
Yeah, and I think that's a really good point. It's not about like a wife role of a mother specifically. You guys are a team. You just divide the responsibilities as you need to and share the load together. I think that's a wonderful point. The next question that I had in mind to ask you guys was, what is something that you learned about yourself through your partner and through being in a relationship with your partner?
Actually, when I read that question, I thought about a lot, and it was really difficult to think about.
Really?
I found out that what I learned from Sammy that is I'm beautiful and I'm pretty. I'm amazing.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm perfect.
Aww.
Yeah, that's and I have a happy future. That's what I learned from Sammy.
Nice.
Oh, that's so sweet. How about you, Esperanza? I thought you were gonna share.
Yeah, for me it was really difficult, that question. I was all night thinking about that. And I was like, I really know that I have a lot of things to learn. Maybe with my husband, I can see more clearly how to develop myself and how to be better, about my personality, to less behind my proud, to really be more open, to talk, you know. Yeah, also my husband make me feel like a really good person. I'm really grateful with you. You are really beautiful for me. I really love you too much. And that, yeah, it makes you feel confidence with yourself, and like you are a good person, and it's good to have somebody that make you feel that.
Yeah, what I learned, as I said already before, that definitely you have to first accept yourself before you can love your husband. That's one really, really big point. But also, like Esperanza, what she just shared about the growing, that we both can learn so much from each other. I really feel like also that's written in the divine principle, right? That when you have your spouse, then you are able to reach perfection. And obviously it's a long way to get there, but I can learn so much from him. That's like in many, many ways. Maybe forgiving faster or quickly, or different kind of things, like small things. And the other point is also that we can overcome whatever happened in the past. I learned from him that whatever happened, for example, in my childhood or things, they came up in our relationship, but we can overcome them and together. And through his love, especially, I feel a lot of hope, and I learned to also think, yeah, my future will be beautiful.
Oh, that's so nice. And I hope my future will be beautiful too.
Yeah, of course.
And for everyone listening as well, I'm sure. Yeah, I guess I don't really know how much time we've got, but maybe one last question for you guys. You can choose to answer any of the questions that I asked. What are you most proud of in your marriage? What are the key things in your marriage that make it work? Or what advice would you have? So yeah, you can choose anything. So that's a lot of things, I know. But yeah.
I'm proud of my marriage, about trust each other. We can talk about everything, and I got the best friends as my spouse. So I think that's the awesome thing.
For me, we are proud because we are children, and also to share the same vision as a couple that helps Providence in Argentina. I think we can be proud of that. And advice for young couples is like, always communicate, be confident each other, and first put other person first than you. Be empathic. Always think first in your husband first than you. Then you can learn what he needs, and you can realize what you have to, develop more to be a good complement for him.
What I think is a key thing in our marriage life, I think that we both try to really include God in our relationship. And I really see in him, whenever I struggle with something, he's very, very sensitive to my needs, and especially to my even mind. We sometimes even read our minds, I feel, which is super interesting. But I feel that's only possible because we really try to include God in our relationship, and he will work through him. That's what I can see. And I think that's one key in our marriage, that we try to make this really our main focus. And just recently, actually, I had a great experience. Like, I was looking for a midwife and I didn't have one. And since in Germany, you actually have this really great opportunity to get one, but I didn't have any. And I was really like struggling with this thought, oh my gosh, I need one. And he was like trying to calm me down and so on, and trying to, make me believe it's possible, even though the demand is really high. But just the day after, I called at the hospital and they said there was one just free because of the coronavirus. And it just fell into place, everything. And I really felt God's guidance, and I believed him. And I really just tried to see, oh, maybe God was talking through him to me. And that's like, I think, one key point, to always put God in the center, and then I don't know, to really see your husband as the second half, which complements you. And then that's what I want to say. see God in your husband.
See God in your husband. Become best friends and trustworthy partners, and communicate. So yeah, I'm so grateful to have learned so much from you guys. And I think I see Sammy's shadow in the corner. Does he want to come in? You're welcome to.
Hello.
Hey, Sammy.
Hello.
Hi, Sammy.
You have a nice time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. I've been wearing short pants all day, baby.
Yeah, I think there's like a message of hope and a message of growth, and honestly a message of discovering so much more about yourself, about God, about the world through marriage and through becoming someone's eternal partner. So yeah, I was really grateful for you guys and your time and you sharing your stories with us. I really look forward to seeing all your babies and seeing all the updates. So yeah, take care, everyone, during this time. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, because happy wife is happy life.
Hey!
Yes!
Hey, if you want to improve your relationship or take your sex life to the next level, well, you're in luck, because more than 70% of couples that take our Love and Integrity course said that the quality of their sexual relationship improved after joining the course. Sounds good? You can join the program today with your spouse or just take the course by yourself at loveandintegrity.com. See you in the next episode.